Hello, 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 and good evening, good evening. Thank you, definitely, thank you. Once again, we're back for a special beloved community check-in. Today, we're speaking about Voices United, a time to organize our choice and voice. We thoroughly seen what happened this Sunday, so I want to definitely thank everybody that's here today. For those who may not know, but for all of us, I want to definitely say hello. My name is Alterice Frazier, and I'm very proud and thankful for being here tonight. This is a very important moment in our history. As I share tonight is Voices United, a time to organize our choice and our voice. I am honored to be here to host today's event, and this event is brought to you on behalf of Parents Engaging Parents, who is here in a civic minded approach and a proactive community engagement opportunity where we're here to support our civic responsibility and our civic duties. This is an opportunity for us to come together as community to discuss the civic responsibilities, understand our historic significance of this moment, and emphasize the importance of supporting the leadership that has kept and continues to keep our democracy strong and sound. We are living in a pivotal time in our nation's history. There are powers in our community, and the strength for our collective voices has never been more crucial. So, as parent leaders and active members in our community, we have a responsibility to engage, advocate, and lead. This evening, we are privileged to hear from outstanding group of distinguished speakers who have dedicated their lives to public service and community leadership. And with that, I am pleased to bring my co-host for today, the esteemed and very respected member of our community and our state, our state senator Angela McKnight, representing the 31st district. Hello, Angela.
Hello, hello. Good evening, Alterice, and good evening to everyone who is watching tonight. I mean, Alterice, you have already lit the torch, and tonight I'm going to continue to light that torch as well as other people who will talk along with me. So, I am Senator Angela V. McKnight. I serve the 31st Legislative District here in New Jersey, and that is part of Jersey City, all of Bayonne and Kearney. I mean, a few days ago was very, very telling. First, I want to say thank you to our current president, President Biden. For about 50 years or so, he has dedicated his life to giving back to our nation. And I want to thank him for all that he has done and all that he continues to do because he is our current president right now. And I also want to thank him for passing the baton over to our vice president, Kamala Harris, who is now running for the president of the United States. That is amazing. And it just speaks values about who our current president is. He is a leader and he is someone who knows how to unite a community and he knows how to light the fire as well. So, again, I want to say thank you to our current president, President Biden. And now we are here together. We have a fight right here. We are fighting, but you know what? This is a good fight. We have to stand tall and stand firm and stand with our current vice president who is running for president of the United States. There is a lot at stake. And with our civic duty, our civic engagement, it is up to us. It is up to us to get educated. It is up to us to bring people along. It is up to us. If we want change in our community and we want change in our country, we want our country to be better, we have to stand firm. No one is perfect. I'm not perfect. If you're watching, you're not perfect. No one is perfect. But let me tell you, when you are in this fight and you are fighting for the betterment of all people, you need soldiers who are with you. You need soldiers who are going to be with you, who's going to help you along the way. I've been a senator for about 7 months now, but I've been an assemblywoman for 8 years. And I serve my community, and I serve it with grace, and I serve it with honor and integrity. And I stand firm with our current Vice President, Kamala Harris, who is running for the President of the United States. She is here to help protect women. I am a woman, and I need to be able to continue to say what I want to do to my body, because this is my body. She is here for the working class. She is here for the lower class. She is here for all. And if you don't know who she is, I will give you a challenge to Google her and find all that you can about who she is. She has an amazing energy, and she is ready to fight, and she's ready to fight the good fight. So I'm asking you, are you ready to fight the good fight? Because November is right around the corner. So make a donation to her campaign, start galvanizing people, get them registered to vote, talk about all that Kamala has done, and you need to bring people with you. This is not just you, it's not just me, it's all of us. And if you want to make sure that our country is for everyone, we have to make noise on November 4th. But before November is here, we have to make noise now, because we are, about 100 days or so, a little over 100 days or so into November. So I tell you, I implore you, November is coming, and it's November 5th. I'm looking at the calendar right now. It's Tuesday, November 5th. November is coming, and I urge you to get out, stand up, speak out, speak up, and bring others with you so that we can elect Kamala Harris as the next president of the United States. So I thank you. I'll still be here to answer any questions. This is going to be an engaging conversation, and I thank Therese for allowing me to be here to grace the people who are watching, and the people who will listen to this recording afterwards. So again, I'm Senator Angela V. McKnight, and I am here for Kamala Harris for President of the United States.
And we want to thank you, Senator, for bringing your voice and your energy. And also, once again, we want to share that at Parents Engaging Parents, we are definitely here to continue to push the civic awareness and our proactive energy to engage. Yet we do stand in a situation of understanding that we are not supporting or endorsing any candidate on the behalf of Parents Engaging Parents, but we have a community of parents and leaders across the state and the nation who have a true element of desire to express their voice and their energy. And we're here to support the parent voice, but we stand in the energy of sharing the information. And with that, we want to take this down the road a little bit, Senator, and bring in a friend of Parents Engaging Parents on a national level. We have our good friend here today representing with us, the Honorable State Representative out of South Carolina, Jay Moore. How we doing, my brother?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Listen, I can't complain. Who's trying to listen? But I definitely know that we got some real things going on in our historical time right now. We have a understanding that we have to make the decisions and choices we need, and that's going to happen in November. Can you speak to the importance of our civic responsibility, our the need and understanding to get to the polls, and also this historical time as it is we're facing and we're engaging as we speak?
First of all, I want to thank you all for having me today. It's always important, especially here in South Carolina, especially here in Charleston, South Carolina, where I think it's 40% of all uh, African Americans that had enslaved Africans in their family can trace their history right here, about 5 minutes away from where I'm at right now, at Gaston Wharf. We have an International African American Museum to honor the history of our people, but more importantly, to celebrate what's to come. And so I'm happy to be here tonight to talk with you all, predominantly from up north, of me being a southern guy. But look, I mean, what I've seen over the past 72 hours is exactly what you're talking about. We've seen so many people in this country organize and exercise their civic duty by donating to a campaign, by registering to uh, volunteer for a campaign, by sharing with so many of their friends and family members the excitement now that we have my dear friend and our Vice President Kamala Harris uh, presumably going to be our nominee for the Democratic Party. I'm excited about it. I'm so excited. I've had conversations with individuals here in South Carolina and all over the country, quite frankly. And there is an energy in this election cycle that we did not see before. And it's an opportunity for all over the country for us to continue that momentum into November. And look, in South Carolina, it's traditionally over the past 2 decades been a predominantly Republican state. But I'm telling all of my friends and family members and colleagues and folk I go to church with, the people I see when I go out to restaurants, even at my daughter's daycare center. I'm telling everyone that this year, more than anything, is important that every single vote matters. Not just battleground states when we're talking about the presidency, because we know uh, that the other side is going to try to question the validity of this election, specifically because of who's at the top of their ticket, and number two, because of who's at the top of ours. They already are trying to disqualify her for no good reason. And so we need to make sure we win not only the electoral map, but also the popular vote like we did almost 4 years ago. And so I'm planning on having these conversations like we're doing tonight all over the country, all over South Carolina, to make sure people understand and recognize how important this election is. And look, and let's also be aware that there's so much more work that we all can do as elected leaders and as civic leaders and leaders in our households to make our communities better, to make our states better, to make our country better. And so I think this is a time now that we have to make sure that we're speaking truth to power, and also that we're directly communicating with the voters and our constituencies and our neighbors about what their needs are. So one of the things that we're really going to be focused on, especially for me, is not just talking about the great work that the Biden-Harris administration has done over the past 4 years, but also listen to voters and listen to their desires and their needs and make sure that drives our agenda. But I'm excited about it. I really am excited about it. I'm looking forward to working with so many great people here in Charleston and Berkeley County, here in South Carolina, but all of you across this great country. And so I'm just grateful to be here today. And these kind of conversations, these kind of meetups are what we need in order to continue the arduous work as we march to victory in November.
Thank you. Definitely. Thank you. Senator, do you have anything you wanted to share?
I'm just listening to the state rep and he's on fire. I like what you said about going to the daycare centers. That's right. Any and every place people are galvanizing, that's where we need to go. So I just want to echo what the state rep had said about going to the churches and going to the daycare centers. Heck, let's add the supermarkets to that as well, and the train stations and the light rail stations, because we have to get out and vote and get, like you said, the popular as well as the electoral. So let's do it. So thank you so much, State Rep, because it's amazing what you said. And parents, you're listening. We're here for you and with you.
That's right. We're here for that. And if you could, we want to double back because we want to also sometimes not let stuff go over our head. You mentioned something, state rep, and that was the electoral college. We want to charm on that a little bit tonight, if you could. Really, not the obviously the whole tutorial, but just really that play that we know that because so many times we misrepresent what's really and how it really goes. So we want to double back on that, so we can hold that. And I'm gonna bring that question back to you to expound on it. But I also want to bring some more energy, some more fire of individuals, leaders like yourselves across New Jersey who understand the charge, who understand the move right now. So we also have Councilwoman LaToya Dunston out of Atlantic City, who's also here to share and bring an understanding of the importance of the moment we have today. So I'm gonna bring her up in this. Hold up, Councilwoman, how we doing?
Hello, how
Hello,
are
how are
we?
we? Good, good, good. Thank you
Are
for
you able
joining.
to see me?
We see where you at, but we don't see you. You look like you're in a familiar location. Love the backdrop, but no, we missing you, ma. We missing you.
I'm trying to
I'm
see
trying to
how do
see
you
how do you listen. Why?
but I
Let me
am
give you. But I
here
am
and
here
love
and
the
love the
energy. I
energy.
love the
I love the
energy from
energy from let
everyone
me
that
give you
has
some.
spoke.
Let me give you some time to get to the screen because we love to see you. So take a moment to get yourself situated, and we'll we'll bring you right back onto the screen to bring your energy, ma. Please. So we're gonna bring up our next representative from across the state of New Jersey as well, Councilman Weldon Montague out of the great city of Orange, New Jersey. Councilman, how you doing today?
Good evening, everyone. How are you? Uh, my name is Weldon Montague III. I'm with. I'm a two-time councilman at large for the city of Orange. 20-year member of the Orange Democratic Party, and I'm an Essex County Democrat. And I also am a representative of the state. I've been working for Department of Labor for over 25 years. So, you know, I am so proud of this moment. You know, uh, we will be on the ground. I am one of the organizers in the, because, we just listened to two state leaders. But Essex County, as Al Therese realizes, is really big in New Jersey. So we're going to have boots on the ground. We're going to be registering people. On November 5th, we are expecting a landslide victory for Kamala Harris. We don't have a choice, to be honest. We don't have a choice. We need her to become president. What is our choice? The other side, I'm not even going to mention his name. That's not an option. So we're going to do everything. I'm going to be in the churches because I do different programs within the churches at Essex County. I'm talking to the people. I probably come in contact with 400 or 500 individuals a week. I get to give them my stance and my views and why it's important, for Kamala Harris to become president of the United States. So, I'm proud to be in this space. And you have to realize, I always tell everybody, local government as well as state government is very important because we can get the word out to everyone. Out to, I guess, well, I heard a lot about Angela McKnight because I'm around Al Therese Frazier. Every time we do an event, he's on his way to your event. We give it out clothes, food. We do a lot. I think we got the similar energy. First time I ever met you, but from talking to him, I think we do the same thing in our area. We energize the public. This is all I do. I work with people. I have a nonprofit called People Over Politics. It's a nonprofit in this area. We do a lot of events. I come in contact with thousands and thousands of people on social media, in person, everywhere. So, you know, if we all put the work in, and look, we got to put in that work, we need to get some of these young people energized. A lot of people have been disenchanted, with politics in the past, but it seems like it's a new energy. Over this last week, we feel like we have something special here, and like Senator McKnight said, we love our current president, Biden. I voted for him. I'm a staunch Democrat. Okay, period. And I appreciate the fact that he felt, he wanted to let her run. So we're going to be behind her 100%. We're going to register those voters. We're going to get the word out. Black, brown, white, everybody needs to rally behind this woman so we can have her as president. Again, I keep referencing Ms. McKnight because I never met you, but I heard about you. Yeah. I just want to tell you that, a woman, I just had a discussion before I got on here. A woman's right to choose is serious to me. The other side actually overturned, what is it, Roe versus Wade? Come on, that's a travesty. You should have control over your own. Who should be telling you how about your body? We got some issues that is very important, and we're going to highlight those issues. And I want to bring the Democrats. We want to vote like when Obama ran the first time. Remember, we had everybody was energized. So we want to pump up the volume and make everybody come out. We want a high voter turnout because recently has been a low voter turnout in Essex County due to some of the politics that's good. But now Kamala has got us energized. And look, November 5th, Kamala Harris for president. That's all I got. That's all I got. All right.
Definitely. Thank you. Definitely.
Thank you.
Definitely,
and Senator J.A. Moore, I respect everything you said as well. Okay.
Now, we want to definitely thank you as well, Councilman. Also, continue to bring that energy. And as you said, Councilman dropped the bar. He said, pump up the jam.
Yes.
So, yeah.
We need volume.
So, no, we thank you. We definitely thank you. Also, I want to bring in another longtime friend, supporter. I like to always say one of the co-founders of Parents Engaging Parents, such as yourself, Angela, and that's our sister down the way in Camden, New Jersey, our former councilwoman in Camden, New Jersey, but always a parent and community leader, Shaneka Boucher.
Therese,
I said it wrong.
thank you for having me today. It's such a pleasure to be here with this group and everything that you all are doing. Can you hear me better now? Okay. Thank you again, Therese, for having me here. It's such a privilege to be among such a prestigious group. I think everybody in the state of New Jersey knows Ms. McKnight and all the work that she's done to kind of spearhead and make sure that brown voices are represented well in the state of New Jersey. And it's a pleasure to meet you two gentlemen, to just know the work that you're doing in South Carolina, as well as the work that you do on the ground to get the vote out. And I think, Therese, you put the right group of people together. The things that we have to do to make sure that Kamala Harris is going to get into office is going to require, I guess, diverse leadership and a lot of community folk to really hit the ground running. I would like to say to you all that I'm definitely with her. And when you are running as an elected leader or official, you definitely need help. You need people to be there to support you. Can people hear me? I think everybody disappeared.
Right. You said all that.
Can you guys hear me? You guys still there? Okay, I wasn't sure. It looked like everybody disappeared on my end. So you need a group of people behind you. When I was a councilwoman in Camden and all of the things that I did, one of the things that really stuck out for me was anytime that you had support. And I think in terms of being able to bring the vote out, Kamala's going to need to see that people all over has her back, because what the other side is already doing, they're trying to pinpoint little things to try to confuse people, to keep people in our community from voting. they're bringing up things that are not even relevant. Although we know that Donald Trump, and I have to mention his name, has even been convicted, they're pointing out little minor things about her to try to make it seem as if there's any comparison in what she could bring to the table and what he brings to the table. We know that the only thing that he brings to the table is division. And I think that the Democratic Party has an opportunity to really show that we represent all of America, not just certain groups of Americans, not just the upper class of Americans, that we're here to really take a stand this time and to really make a change within our communities. I am excited as a younger person within the community and a person who is always representing young people in schools and talking to parents to also get out here and get the vote out and make sure that people who want to know more about Kamala and what she's all about and how we can support and help her, that they get on the ground. I'm definitely excited to partner with PEP on this initiative to help and make sure that people get the word out and that we start to get people registered to vote, and that the people in our community who want to vote have that opportunity and access, whether we're signing them up for vote by mail. A lot of people can't get out. So I just want to make sure that everybody is here really understand the power of vote by mail, especially in the state of New Jersey. The majority of the people are utilizing it. During the pandemic, it was a great thing that the Murphy administration did, where we kind of implemented vote by mail and sent it to everyone. So I would definitely say, for those of you who think that in your community people won't get out to vote, then I think that we should really be using as a strategy the vote by mail process. And those 100 days will give us more than enough time to sign enough people up for the vote by mail process. But again, I could dive even further into politics as it relates to the inspiration that I'm feeling, and not to, like Senator McKnight said, we can look at anybody under a microscope and find flaws. But if we really look at her career and all of the things that she stood for, the people on the sidelines won't be remembered. And so if you are in a fight, if you're trying to make things better, if you're trying to improve a community and improve processes, you can make missteps. But for everybody that's on the sidelines, not doing anything, that's just there complaining, that want to see changes in the community, it doesn't happen by complaining. It happens where you have to be active. And everything that you do to be active in the community will help change. It may not be as quickly as we want it to be, but the progress will definitely be imminent once you get started. And so I just implore people who are listening, and for everybody here who is on the same page and on the same time about making sure that we don't have to send Donald Trump back to office, that we really take this moment where people are feeling excited to utilize this time and continue to come together. Because I'm happy to see all of the Greek organizations out there, 40,000 Black women, and it would have been more if we could have all got into the Zoom, and all the Black men that came in support. And listen, I think that when people keep talking about how we're disjointed as a community, I think we have to start calling the devil a liar. Because one of the things that I know about Black people, whether we create something called Black Lives Matter, anything that we all do together, everybody copies after us, right? We set the tone, we set trends. Everything that we do, somebody either mimics it or steals it. So this is our time. And I'm just happy to see how well our community is coming together to connect. And I think that there's going to be people out here trying to sow confusion, right? Trying to point out little things on purpose to sow confusion. Yeah, they're going to try to get some of us out here and making crazy statements on TikTok or YouTube, but we have to ignore those people and put them where they're supposed to be, and we know that they're collecting $1 for that. And make sure that our community is not confused by those little things that happen, and that the rest of us who really know what time it is telling our community what time it is and making sure that they can get the things that they need through this victory that Kamala Harris is going to have. And I'm certain, that the community is going to rally behind her. I'm already seeing it. I can't wait to jump on behind her. I'm going to get my shirts that say I'm with her. When I was in Camden, we started a movement called I'm with her. So listen, we just have to let Black women know that they're supported, and this is the time to do it. And listen, I'm sure that this is going to make a couple people feel uncomfortable, because she could be the first Black woman to run. But I would honestly say every time that anything in the world needs saving, a Black woman always has to put on her cape. So even if we trace it back to slavery, right, we know how long Black women have been saving this country specifically. So I would just say that this is no different, but this is the time for us to get acknowledgement for all of our contributions as Black women and Black men working together, not utilizing this as a time for division, but really for solidarity. And I remember Black solidarity when I was growing up. Donald Trump started to try to steal our fists, but we're not going to let him take our power. We're going to take it back by working together. So again, I'm excited. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to hit the ground. And if you guys need me to come join you, just reach out. And Altaris is always the glue, bringing everybody together. So I'm certain he already has some plans for us that he didn't tell us yet. But I'm definitely ready to hit the ground running when you guys call. And thank you for having me on tonight. You're on mute, Altarese.
Oh no. Senator, any questions, any thoughts?
Well, I mean, Altarese, you're bringing so many the good energy here. Councilman, thank you so much. It's an honor and pleasure to meet you. And Shaneka, we're here. I just want to add, I just want to concur with everything that has been said. I want to reiterate that now is the time that we come together, we galvanize, we organize, we promote, we get informed, we educate, we encourage. And all of the naysayers, because I'm seeing them, I'm seeing the clips, I'm seeing the TikToks, I'm watching the news, and so many people are trying to diminish who Kamala Harris is. They are talking, calling her different names. It's asinine. So what we have to do, we have to combat that. And how we do that is by supporting her and talking positive about her. Listen, as I said before, no one is perfect. But if you look at her record, I'm telling you, it's a record that she stands proud on, and I'm proud of her, and I'm voting for her, and I'm urging everyone to get out. If you don't want to listen to what I'm saying or what the other panelists are saying, go do your own research. There's a lot of information that's out there that speaks the truth about who she is when she was in California and now being in the White House as the vice president. Her resume speaks values. So I just urge everyone to listen to all of us, what we're saying, but also go out and do your own research. And when people are out here talking about this and talking about that, like calling her names, you need to call them out, because this is not a time for name calling. She's running for an elected office. She's running to be the head of the United States of America. And the other side, the only thing that they have is just calling her different types of names. Is that's irresponsible? And do you want that type of administration lead in this country? Ask yourself that question.
Motion detected at your front.
You're muted, Altarese. You're still muted, Altarese.
Okay, I'm back. Thank you. That's why you co-hosted with me, my partner. But listen, State Rep Moore, any thoughts, any added thinking? And when we talk about, once again, the time is now, the moment is now. This is a historical time. The last time a leader gave up power in our country, we talking about Lyndon B. Johnson. So to see our president step down and allow this amazing individual to be in position, is groundbreaking in itself. Any thoughts, any energy that you have in hearing these powerful individuals who came to support the energy of what we have to do here in America, and definitely coming out of New Jersey?
Yeah, for sure. And again, I just want to thank you all again for allowing this Southern boy to be on this call with you New Jersey folk. I just will tell a personal story about my experience with the vice president. I was an early supporter when she ran for president back in 2020. And so we met originally in 2019. And at the time, South Carolina is one of the early voting states. So we have always had a lot of presidential candidates coming around. It was my first time being elected. I just got sworn in January of 2019. And shortly after that, the presidential candidates started calling. And I had a number of them I was talking with. And then Senator Harris was someone I was very interested in learning more about, but hadn't made any commitments. And then later on that year, probably midway through, it was April or something like that, we did a gender reveal. That's a trendy thing that folk do now. And I found out I was having a daughter. And I broke protocol. I was supposed to probably reach out to her staff, but I called her cell phone. And I told her what I say often to folk. I said, look, I just figured out I'm gonna be a father of a daughter, and I want my daughter not for me just to tell her that she can be president, because I tell her that every day, but I want you to show her that she can be president. That was over 5 years ago. And my daughter recently, when she found out that Vice President Harris was running for president again, it made her so happy and proud. And I remember later on in 20, right before they made the announcement of who Joe Biden's running mate would be. This was a Sunday, I believe it was. It was my daughter's first birthday, and Senator Harris was waiting to figure out if Biden was going to give her the call or make the announcement that he had given her the call. And she called me. First thing she said to me was, "Put that baby on the phone." She didn't want to talk to me. So I put the phone up to my daughter's ear, and Senator Harris, which was soon to be Vice President nominee Harris, then soon to be Vice President Harris, and then soon to be President Harris, in that moment sung to my 1-year-old daughter on her birthday, happy birthday, because she knew because of that little girl, I was going to do everything I could to make sure that she one day became president. And that's Vice President Harris. And so this has been a 5-year journey for me. And so I'm committed and dedicated to doing everything I can to support what we started some 5 years ago. And I'm just so excited that so many other people now are getting that opportunity to support someone that I've supported for so long. So I'm excited. Anytime someone calls me, I don't care where they at in the country, I'm going to answer the call to do my part because this election is very important. Vice President Harris is right and ready for this important move.
Thank you, definitely. Thank you for that. That testimonial to really being a part of seeing a person's character. Along a lot of times we don't get to see anything other than the politics. To hear a father because what they don't know. That's our story. How I met you. Met you in Boston, and once again having dinner with me and several parents, from Jersey, and just building because you was just, you was starting your parenthood and really being that. You didn't come as a state representative and, I'm this and that. You came as a humble dad, really getting that vibe from us. And I never let that go because parents engaging parents, that's our middle name, to engage. So the way you were able to do that, it kept me in connection with you, and we kept that from afar on our social media energy. But I thank you for that because that's the glue. The glue is our humanity. The glue is us being human beings and respecting that all of us are great leaders because we have children. So we start with that. So I thank you for giving us that. We also once again have another representative that I want to share. Our sister was up here earlier. She got her situation and the technical side back up and strong. But once again, this is from the top of New Jersey down to the bottom of New Jersey. So we want to definitely thank our sister who's here now and our councilwoman from the great city of Atlantic City, New Jersey. Is more than just a boardwalk down there. LaToya, how you doing?
Yes, thanks for saying it. Can you guys see me now?
No.
Actually, your screen, background screen is blocking you, or the lighting. You might need better lighting.
How about now?
There we go. You get that light behind you, you'll be shining. Yeah, but yeah, definitely. Let my sister work on that as well because unfortunately, the work is always being done to stop this good energy. So we're gonna get our sister back in here. You ready for us? Mm. So while Councilwoman Dunston is working on that, let me bring up once again, because like we said, these are community leaders up here today, ladies and gentlemen. These are, yes, we're blessed to have elected officials here who are by roots and centered on community engagement and community involvement. But we also have some still in the trenches civic sector individuals here behind in a green room that I want to give the opportunity to bring some energy of why they also respectfully understand the time is now. Our civic duty is now. So I want to bring up Miss Rogers to the table and just say hello and give her opportunity to share with our beloved guest. And then we're gonna have our sister LaToya Dunston come back on and give her energy as well. Miss Rogers, talk to us.
Peace and positivity, everyone. Can you all hear me okay? First and foremost, I just want to tell you how honored I am. I was probably very nervous to even speak, knowing that I would be on a platform with such amazing energies today. Senator McKnight, State Rep Jay Moore, Councilman Montague. I'm looking forward to connecting with you, Sarah. I think we're in a similar vicinity. I feel so inspired and honored just to be here. My name is Quee Atia Rogers. I go by Miss Rogers to the culture. I go by Bronzy. I am a mom, a creator. I just recently graduated in public with my master's in public administration. We have a mentorship called Leaders of Legends Outreach Partnership. Um, I am just trying to be a part of the solution myself, trying to identify the realm in which I fit in for those that I represent. We know we all have our tribes that look up to us as individual leaders. And I'm just so thankful for meeting Mr. Alterice and just having this opportunity and platform to just voice my, not only just my participation and my honor, but also looking to take away how to be a part of the solution as we move forward and prepare for the next election, right? But we know there's a war going on outside every day. And so I'm just really thankful for the opportunity to figure out, what are those crucial facets of just social development that is needed for our people. I currently work within a charter school for the ages of 16 to 21. And I know for a fact, even thinking of election, I do feel that we have great opportunity to definitely, when we speak of our young adults who will one day grow and we will be passing a baton on, I do sometimes feel like that was an area that I didn't get to have, and I look forward to having that as I get a chance to meet so many of you and be a part of what you have going on, but also just develop to know how do we serve purpose in our communities as parents, as entrepreneurs, as students, aiming to make education not just a platform, but making sure we're comprehending what we need to be out here and know what are we standing for, what is needed for the working family, right? What is needed for our young people, what do we need to educate them on as we prepare for next election. Alterice, I just want to tell you, I think you're doing an amazing job having so many like-minded people here, and just know your energy was felt today, sir. Just thank you for giving me an opportunity to just figure out how I can be a part of the improved outcomes in which we're looking forward to in our community. So I just wanted to just thank everyone today for speaking up and encouraging me and enlightening me. And I'm looking forward to doing the same for the many, because I think we could have had a conversation earlier, Alterice, and we talked about sometimes it's not about us, it's about, we, it's not just about who we are, it's about the many. And so it's easy to get distracted. I think this is a season to know, like, let's fail forward, let's move forward, limit the distractions. Let's put fast forward on educating ourselves to know what do we need to be out here doing, what type of resources are needed for our communities to make sure we get everyone to the polls, or making sure they understand the importance of all elections, not just in November, the election we had a few weeks ago, right? There's so many layers to this. And so I think this is a great opportunity for our youth and young adults to step into their light and begin to learn today what some of us we didn't get until we were probably 17, 18 years old. We can start teaching our babies about election time now. I think that is something I want to be a part of, making sure our young people understand their voices and are aware and attentive to the world, because as society changes, right, we want to make sure we're passing the baton on to them. So I definitely look forward to being a part of some of those action plans. But that's all I really had. I was very nervous, but you guys are just amazing, an amazing group of people, and I wish all of you well on your journey. Thank you for this time today.
No, Ms. Rogers, please understand you are a community, you're a part of this beloved community, and we want to thank you for bringing your time and your energy and your resource of investing what's in your heart. And we got, like I said, some positive community public sector representatives. You know, we keep calling them politicians, and I get it because they got to do that work for us. But on the same token, these individuals come from the roots. These individuals come from the grassroots, and I thank them for coming and representing the energy. Councilman Montague, you have some information, something to share with us?
Yes.
Definitely coming off of this amazing energy that Ms. Rogers gave us.
But can you bring me to Evan?
So, can you hear me?
Yes.
Thank you. So, in closing, you know, the energy we all have for Kamala Harris. Guess what we make? We're making Shirley Chisholm smile. The first African American woman that ran for president. But we get ready to succeed. Kamala Harris is going to be the first woman president in the history of the United States. So I'm going to do everything. She has my support wholeheartedly. You know, if anybody wants to reach out to me, Al Therese has my number. I got a lot of resources. I work with a lot of people, you know, weekly. Reentry. I'm working with reentry people that I'm getting them to, because some of them don't even realize they can vote. So I'm doing voter registrations. I do different programs. They can vote. Some of them still have it in their mind that they are unable to vote. They can vote. If their sentence is adjudicated and they can vote, that's a big population. I work for Department of Labor. I'm a reentry coordinator. This is what I deal with on a regular basis. I deal with all types of people. So it's all about inclusion. We want everybody to be a part of this. So, you know, I'm honored to be in the, you know, on this panel, and I'm quite sure we're going to meet again, because we all seem like we're similar type people, and we're gonna bring the vote out. Thank you, Al Therese, for this honor. This was an honor, and you know, and Miss McKnight, don't take all my coats from me this year. You all, look, Al Therese has to save some for you when he comes to me with the coats. Don't worry.
Okay, I'm a share. Okay,
You gonna share? Thank you,
yes.
because I come pretty big too with the coats for the community.
Okay, I'm a share.
He talks about you all the time, so it's an honor in meeting you and the entire rest of the panel. We are eternally entwined in this because we all in this together. All right.
Absolutely, and it's an honor to meet you and speak to you. And Al Therese talks about you as well.
Yes.
And thank you for all that you do in our community. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I got to get off because I got to go. Unfortunately, the work never stops. All right. Good night, everybody. I appreciate it. Councilwoman Dunston, I didn't get to hear everything you said, but I know if you're on this panel, you probably got it going on. Thank you. All right. Thank you.
So we're going to go ahead and let you get right on there, my sister. How we doing?
Hello, how are you? Therese, it's an honor and privilege to be here with this panel today. Yes, I'm LaToya Dunston, the second ward councilwoman in Atlantic City. This is actually my second term I am in. Therese, you know how I started, straight from the grassroots. That's how I was able to get into office. I ran with Kamala the first time she was on the ticket, and I'm with her this time she's on the ticket. Everything that we kept doing to get them over the finish line when it came to civic engagement and grassroots organizations, we have to continue. If we were able to get them over the first time, we can get them over the second time. The party at the mailboxes, the marching your souls to the polls, from the community barbecues, from the daycare centers, the nursing homes, what have you. We have to keep that same energy and make sure that we get our people to vote. This election, just as every other election, is very crucial and very vital to us in America today. We already know what we had when we had the other guy in office, so we already know what we're going to get. We're going to get just a little bit more spice from him if he is able to get into office. And what we must know and understand that we can't afford that. We need to get Kamala over the finish line. The unfortunate part is we only have about 100 days to get it done, but I know we can get it done if we all work together. If needed in any of you guys' community to come out and help, I am able to do that. I know here in Atlantic City, we will be out. We will be getting a job done. I'm sorry, Therese, can you still hear me? It looks like I may be kicked out. Okay, because my screen, all right. What we need to do also, and keep in mind, us as Democrats, our party has been divided for a few years now. We need to put those differences aside and get back together and unite and fight for what we all believe is right. Our differences has to be aside in order for us to get this job done. Civic engagement is going to be the key factor to making sure that Kamala is the first female president of the United States. We already had to make history as the vice president. Now we need to make history again and make her the president and see to it that she is in office. When you have someone willing to take away your rights as a woman, as anything, we have serious problems. We should have a right to choose. And we already know that right is being taken away from us, which means that if this guy is in office, then our children don't have a chance either. So we got to think beyond. We got to think beyond us, put the media aside for a moment, let the naysayers say what they're going to say, and we have to get out here, get from behind these computer to desk and start knocking on doors and get her in office. And again, not focusing just on the African-American community. We need to focus on all communities. We need to, especially the Hispanic community, we need to hone in and make sure that we get our Hispanics educated and voters, and our South Asian community also. We need to see to it that we focus on that and the re-entry part of it, letting the fellas know that you are able to vote. And don't let nobody say that you cannot vote. You are. So if you focus on that, I think we could get her over the finish line.
No, that is right on point. That is right on point. Representative Moore, you want to elaborate a little bit on this energy that our councilwoman is sharing and the supporting of getting out there, getting to the polls, making sure that we're not sitting back, just talking about what's going to happen, because I've learned in this travel that at the end of the day, power is going to happen with or without your permission. The decisions are going to be made with or without your decision. So we have to make sure our voice matters and our vote matters by going up there in November to make it happen. Speak to me a little bit on that importance and like I said, the energy that our sister just shared.
Yeah, thank you all once again. I think for me that we have something that we hadn't seen before. I mean, people are comparing what we've seen over the past 72 hours with what we saw in 2008 with former President Barack Obama. But I look at it a little bit differently than that. I mean, I see this momentum, this black girl magic that we're seeing that Vice President Harris' campaign has ignited as something that we have never experienced before. It's powerful. It's uniting people all over this country. I mean, I have folk I know that weren't going to vote. Quite frankly, I mean, family members of mine. Even though I'm an elected official, they weren't going to vote. And her elevation to be the presumptive nominee has given them this sense of real hope the sense that that they can dream, they can aspire, they can tell their daughters, their wives, their sisters, their aunties that you too can be president. It's powerful. We have 100 days left, which seems like a short period of time, but we got to continue this momentum because what we also have to keep in mind is that the other side is motivated as well. Their motivation isn't to unleash more freedoms. Their motivation is to take away freedoms. So we're in a real battle right now for freedom in this country. Those who want to continue to take away freedoms that we have fought for so long in this country, and we as Black folk know better than anybody. That's what they want to do. They want to take away all the progress that we've made, and not just Black people, all people have made in this country. And what we want to do is we must fight for freedom. Freedom fighting doesn't stop because you win an election, doesn't stop because you pass a bill or you get a promotion. That's when you have to fight even harder. So, I mean, it's important for us to continue to be enthusiastic. And at this level for 100 days. And I think it's important, too, for us to continue to have these kind of conversations because it's going to require, like, if we're honest and if we do it wholeheartedly, it's going to require a lot of our energy. So it's important that we meet up with each other often and we can re-energize each other and be the battery pack for one another because we're going to need it, y'all, because the other side is motivated. But I know when we put ourselves together, when we fight, we win, y'all. And I know that we're up to it. Again, I'm more energized than I've been in a long time. And it's because of obviously my dear friend is elevated to be the next president, but also and so importantly, the energy that I'm seeing from people all over South Carolina, all over this country. We have a special moment in our grasp, and we just got to take advantage of it, and we got to continue to love on each other and give each other the support that we all need in this very critical moment.
My brother said we got to love on each other. And with that, I want to bring in another community leader. You know, this brother has been loving on PEP, loving on just his energy of this young man for over a decade when we first met. And the brother, coming out of Jersey City, but, we met in just the energy. Got to meet the family, got to meet the wife, got to meet the children, and vice versa, So that's that community. That's that we got us. So I want to bring to the stage and to this platform my brother, another community champion, Mr. Darren Martin, as well. My friend, my brother, how we doing today?
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Beautiful. I'm doing great, man. Thanks for the opportunity to speak. I'll be brief. Listen, let me first give it back to Al Therese. This organization, PEP, has been doing some great things for many years now. As he so eloquently said, we've worked together for about a decade now. And when you call this brother answers. And he's always ready to see what he can do to pitch in. And I appreciate people like that. And he knows how to make sure he's organizing, mobilizing, and strategizing all the time. So I appreciate it. I want to say hi to my sister, Senator McKnight from Hudson County as well, doing some great things out there, and all of the elected officials and everybody that joined us. Listen, guys, this is easy. We got a decision here. We could go forwards or we could go backwards. We got the prosecutor versus the liar. This should be an easy decision for us. Now, I know you may have to drop some people on social media that's crazy and saying they're not ready for a woman to be president. We got to get over that. We had a bunch of hard-headed men. I just told my wife the other day, we had all these hard-headed men. It's time for a woman president. Stay away from the negative people. So move them over and just stay laser focused on the task at hand. Now, what's the task at hand? We have to make sure that we're doing our job to inform, engage, and empower people. Now, how do we do that? We got to talk to everybody we go to church with, the people we work with, the people you see on the bus, the people you see on the train. You should be talking to everybody. Any cookout you go to, take that time after you say hello, talk to people about it. We got to make sure we're doing our part. Now, look what happened in the last couple of days. In the last couple of days, 48 hours after Biden made his decision to support Kamala, 44,000 new registrations came in, and 83% of them were young people under the age of 30, which is why in about a little more than 30 minutes from now, Kamala will be on with some young people that I shared the link with earlier at 8 o'clock tonight, people under 30 years of age, why we need to stay focused with them. What's the other way? What else was done? We had our great Black women for Kamala Harris got together on Sunday night, and they, with some other organizations and elected officials, they raised $1.5 million for the Harris campaign and for those community groups that's doing the grassroots work like this great organization does all the time. Then the men came back the following night. I was glad to be one in that number to get on that call, and we raised $1.3 million. So right now at this point, it's over $3 million for the Harris campaign and for those organizations doing the grassroots work. Now let me wrap this all up. We keep hearing about her being a DEI hire. It's amazing how these people that are unqualified for the positions that they're in, talking about her being a DEI hire. So I said, yeah, okay. So if they want to use DEI, I say determined, experience, and intelligent. So we'll take that DEI because that's what the vice president is. She's also dedicated, educated, and impactful. So we'll take that. Now, let's flip that. The DEI for them is didn't earn it because Trump surely didn't earn what he's at. J.D. Vance, his vice president, who's only been a senator for less than 2 years, no experience at all. So we got to be clear about what we're doing. So as I close, let's say this. They keep saying, make America great again. I'm saying make America think again. We have to think about the two choices. This is really, really simple. You got this guy who's a pathological liar on one side, and you got this very distinguished woman on the other side. Her record speaks for itself. Prosecutor, district attorney, senator, and now vice president. So this should really, really be easy for us. So make sure you're talking to those young people that's going away for college. Make sure they get their registrations and their absentee ballots together now. Don't wait until it's late because you know they try to suppress our vote all the time. So we have to make sure we're doing our part. Now, what's my last thing I'm going to say? Talk to everybody and rate them 1, 2, and 3. A 1 is somebody that you know that they're supporting Kamala Harris ticket. Number 2 is somebody that's on the fence. They thinking. So you leave them on the fence until they get ready, but you keep just dripping on them. A number 3 is somebody that's negative, that's not going to be voting for her in the first place, and they may not even be voting. Don't waste a lot of time and energy on those people. Listen, I was glad to get on this call tonight. Anytime Brother Al-Tariq calls me, I want to be there for that brother because he does some great things in the community, and I always want to be there. And I heard all the comments tonight, all of the elected officials and everybody talking, the community organizers. Listen, we can get this done and make history. God bless you all.
Thank you, definitely. I'm gonna let my sister jump in on that. You know, coming out of Jersey City, another energy. You see where that what they doing over there in that part of town. But Angela, speak to that importance. Speak to right now and why it is thoroughly not just important, but it is mandatory that we get to the element of voting in November.
Listen. Daryl Martin said it. Do you want to go backwards or do you want to go forward? State Rep J.A. Moore said it. Do you want your freedom or you want to continue to relinquish that freedom? I'm going to say it. Our ancestors fought for us to vote. All that they have endured allow us to be able to vote today. Your vote matters. You may not think so. It does. 4 years ago, it mattered. couple of weeks ago, it mattered. When you voted for me, it mattered. And it's going to matter in November. Also, you can vote early. Nowadays, there's no excuse to say, oh, I worked and I missed it. You can do a mail-in ballot. You can vote early, or you can vote on that day. I'm urging you, now is the time. It's enough of all of us to bring Kamala over. It's enough for all of us to galvanize and bring more people to go and vote. It's so important. I don't want the day after the election, people saying shoulda, coulda, woulda. You have the time to vote. Polls are open. They're open. It's not about what money you have in your pocket. It's about utilizing your fingers to cast that vote so that freedom is here and it stays. And we move forward. When people say make America great again, great for who? When we talk about freedom, we're talking about freedom for all. So I encourage you to do some education, get educated, talk to people, be at the table, and come out and vote. Now is the time to vote so that we can get Kamala Harris in. We have had all male presidents for all this time. And I love men. I'm married to one, okay? I have a son. I have a grandson. I work with them. But I believe it is time that a woman is in that seat. I believe wholeheartedly. And it is Kamala Harris.
Thank you, definitely, thank you. I know we don't have too much more time on definitely holding on some of you guys because I know you got other meetings and other engagements, but we got a couple more individuals I definitely need to hear from and definitely need to hear. So State Rep Moore, can I get one more leader in to be able to share before we allow you to get back into your state business and the things that you got to do to mobilize and organize and get that GOTV going? So with that, I want to bring another community champion, another organizer who's been working with me for over 10 years in community organizing, started in parent engagement. Now this gentleman moves across the state and across the country around environmental organizing concerns and energy. So I also know that he knows the importance of why we need to get out to vote. So I want to bring to the platform our friend and definitely another parent leader, Terrence Bankston. Terrence?
Terrence, you're still muted.
You're still muted. So we're gonna let Terrence get ahead, get the sound right on his side. You there? Mm, make sure you hit the volume button on your computer as well. Uh, Well,
Yes, we still can't hear you, Terrence.
Yeah, we can't hear you, Terrence. So we're gonna put Terrence behind the stage and help him work with the audio. But I'm gonna let represent Moore, excuse me, go ahead and give us his final energy and comments as we let him get back to this business at hand in the state of South Carolina. My brother, talk to us.
Yeah, I actually have parent duty. I was supposed to take my daughter to the jump, bounce, what you call it, play now. And so I just wanted to make sure I wrap with you all first. But look, this is a very important election. I don't have to tell anybody on this call how important this election is. You all are leaders in your community and the state of New Jersey. But it's going to take all of us collaboratively working together. One of the things I say often to my constituents, to my colleagues, my friends and family, is something that my mother taught me growing up. She didn't taught me with her words, but through her actions, that it requires 80-hour weeks, 40 hours to take care of your family and pay the bills, and the other 40 hours to get back to the community. It's going to take full-time effort from all of us to make this happen. When we do something historic, and as a people we know this, it requires us to be all in. And I've been all in for Kamala Harris for over 5 years now. And I'm just, again, encouraged by how everyone that I'm talking to is all in for her as well. But the other side is motivated, y'all. Let's not be on this honeymoon high or this sugar high by what we've seen over the past 72 plus hours. The other side is motivated and they're determined to take away our freedoms. We have to fight like hell over these next 100 so days to make sure that when we're done, when this fight is over, that we're calling her President-elect Harris. And I know if we all fight and we keep up the same level of energy, if we work those 80-hour weeks, which is required, we will fight and we will win. So I just want to thank you all for allowing this Southern boy to fellowship with you all today. And this may be the first time, but it won't be the last. I feel there is a need to come to New Jersey now because I got some Jersey friends that I need to come see. So y'all, let's continue this dialogue. Let's continue this connection. Let's continue this positive energy to do something that we all know must be done. And that's to call Kamala Harris President Harris. And I know we would be doing that soon. So y'all keep the faith. Let's keep fighting like hell. Let's work those 80-hour weeks. I know that's a lot, but I know we can do it. So thank y'all so much for allowing me the opportunity. God bless you all. Let's fight like hell. Let's win in November.
You're getting a lot of thank yous, State Rep Moore. We're getting a lot of thank yous and a lot of yes. Knock on our doors when you come to New Jersey because we're ready to get involved as the people are sharing here in the comments. So definitely send the word back that New Jersey is fired and ready to go in behalf of pushing democracy forward. So thank you once again for your time and your energy. And I'll let my co-host definitely give her words as well.
Yeah, thank you so much, State Rep. I know you are down in South Carolina fighting the good fight. I appreciate you. Thank you for sharing your story, your personal story, in reference to our Vice President, Kamala Harris. And I know your daughter is proud, and you are being proud of her and showing her the ropes. So I appreciate you, and I look forward to continuing to grow our relationship for the betterment of the community. So thank you, and God bless.
And one last person wants to say, because this can happen without this powerful individual, our outreach and coordinator, Erica Beverett. Definitely, Erica, take it.
Hi, good evening, everybody. I just thank you for bringing me in. And I just wanted to thank all the panelists for coming through and just showing your power. I wanted to definitely talk about how a lot of our families are having our youth who are in college or of age to vote. And we need to really be strategic in thinking about how we're going to get our children to vote and for them to exercise their right. So I want to make it a campaign, even if we can, to just as families are planning for their children to go off to college, they're shopping for their blankets, they're shopping for their pillows, their towels. No, make sure that you know how you're going to be voting in November. Like, make that plan. That plan needs to be made today, yesterday, last year, the year before. Wherever our babies are, they need to have their rights to vote exercised, and we need to ensure that they're doing that.
Thank you for that. Definitely thank you for that. So once again, Representative Moore, thank you so much for giving us your time and your energy and your resource of knowledge and information and a little personal element of understanding why you champion with this leader and what brings you to the table. So we look forward to some more engagement. And if you need us down in your neck of the woods, you reach out, Parents Engaging Parents. We don't let borders dictate how we move. You know, we us. So thank you
Yeah,
again.
I'll be calling you on that. I'm one of those people. You don't invite me to your house and you don't.
Well, we brothers of the same feather then. So definitely thank you again.
All right,
Definitely
God bless
thank
y'all.
you.
Good night.
Good night. Are we good? Are we good, Terrence? We you got your sound? So let me bring in our next speaker as well, who wants to share a little time. I got my brother Dexter Williams, who is moving and grooving across the state, and but also wants to bring from a community engagement and as a parent the importance of voting right now and why the time is right now.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes. How? Good evening, everyone. Sorry I joined late. I'm kind of in between. I'm at work. I kind of stepped out for a little break so I can listen and take in the tonight's event. Um, from what I heard, what I was able to tune into, everyone's pretty much it resonates with me. What everyone said, how important this election is. It's unfortunate that the incumbent couldn't represent the ticket, and which I have no problem with the vice president being now the front runner now in terms of the position, because I voted for her confidence the last time. So it's very important that there's a lot at stake. I'm not too familiar with the Project 25. I didn't do enough research on that. I'll definitely, but if it's anything like the reports from what I hear, and I usually don't like to go by what I hear, I like to do my own personal research. But if it's anything like from what I'm hearing, and just with that aside, setting that aside, just the individual who's looking to occupy the office for a second term, and just by the things he's already said that he's intending on doing once if he's elected, that is enough said for me right there in terms of a choice. And it's very important that we pay attention to what people say. And this man has already shown us what he's capable of doing if he is having to occupy that space. And it's very important. And I definitely plan on, making my voice heard in terms of trying to prevent that from happening. And this is definitely a, a historic event in terms of potentially where the country can shift in terms of where we are and what we stand and what democracy is supposed to mean. Because we all can say that, the United States of America and the Constitution, everything that it represents, but it's really being stretched. And it's always been an aspirational concept because we always striving to get there. It's not a perfect union by no stretch of the imagination, but we're really going to see how those words that the founding fathers, quote unquote, we're going to see what they really mean. It's going to be put to the test because this country is going to shift. It's changing right before our very eyes. We are living the shift in America in terms of where it stands as a world power. And this election is definitely going to put that in the forefront. So we're going to see. We're going to see. I don't fear it. I don't fear it. I think we're as a community within this whole society, we're going to endure like we've always endured, and but we're really going to see what those words mean and what the Constitution supposedly represents, and that's all I have.
Well, definitely thank you for that, and definitely thank you for sharing your voice as well. Um, Hold on one second. Okay, believe. Okay, I see a comment here. Erica, is this something that you were sharing to this energy? I can't hear you, Erica.
Um, yeah, so I had a video queued up on how to vote. It's a 2-minute video off of nj.gov. And I wanted to definitely share that so that and I know that Senator, you have reiterated the 3 ways to vote, but I definitely want to make sure that we get those visuals out there as well that our state has put together. So if I can, I'm going to just go ahead and share my screen.
You can vote in the upcoming election. Option 1. Vote by mail ballot. Registered voters can apply for a vote by mail ballot by following the instructions found at vote.nj.gov or by contacting their county clerk. If you applied and have received your vote by mail ballot, just vote, sign, seal, and return it by 8 p.m. on Election Day. Either return your ballot by mail, place it in one of the secure ballot drop boxes located throughout your county, or deliver it to your County Board of Elections office. For more information and a step-by-step guide to voting by mail, visit vote.nj.gov. Option 2. In-person early voting. This option allows registered voters to cast their ballot in person using a voting machine during the early voting period leading up to Election Day. No matter where you live in the county, you can vote your specific ballot at any of your county's designated in-person early voting locations. You can now choose to vote in person when it's most convenient for your schedule. Find your county's in-person early voting dates, hours, and locations at vote.nj.gov. Option 3. Vote your specific ballot in person at your polling place on Election Day between the hours of 6 a.m. and 8 p.m. Find your polling place at vote.nj.gov. Accommodations will be made for voters with disabilities. Remember, you cannot return your vote by mail ballot to your early voting location or polling place this year. Safe, simple, secure. No matter which option you choose, please vote by 8 p.m. on Election Day. Get all the details at vote.nj.gov.
Quick little video of the process of voting, the importance of voting, and also just once again making sure that we consciously understand that it is on us. It is matter of factly on us, and it's matter of factly possible for us to have what we are interested in having, and that's our choices being respectfully heard. This was a great opportunity. We had several community leaders, several elected officials just come and share their energy of exactly why we need to be out there in November, making sure that we bring, as Erica shared, not just ourselves to the poll, our children of legal age to vote. And if we want to, and we should, find ways to making sure the ones who've been voting the longest and the strongest, and I know it's dear to my sister's heart, our seniors, figure out and find out how we can carpool and we can make sure that it happens that those wisdoms and those individuals who've been here and seen some things continue to share their voice as well. So that means grandma, that means dad, and that means little bruh who just went to school, went to college. All three of us need to get in this car and go make our vote. Let's turn it in. We go to the buffet together. Let's go vote and then go ahead and eat. Let's make it a movement. Let's make it a celebrable element. Shoot, back in the day, there used to be celebrations for elections. There used to be parades. There used to be an event that everybody knew about. Unfortunately, there's been a wool over our eyes, but we understand the suppression tactics and moves, but we're not going to let the suppression of the vote happen in 2024 and beyond. We got a lot of important things that's going to happen in this great state that continuously happen. And even in my community where I live, and so much energy is happening to make sure leaders are reaching and getting to the top. So we want to make sure that's happening and continue to make sure that's being realized. Angela, I want to turn it back to you, my sister, for some final thoughts and words. You spent a strong 2 hours with us. Once again, I keep trying to share to people. We got politicians, but we got community leaders who got into politics.
Okay, all right. Well, my final words for tonight. I have a few, but first of all, thank you so much for allowing me to be on this platform and share my thoughts and mix and mingle with all the amazing speakers tonight. I just want to share a few words about Kamala Harris, who she is. I've never met her, but I'm putting it into existence that I will meet her. She is relatable. Just watching her energy is on 100, 1000. She's relatable. She has a great sense of humor. She's approachable. She's positive. And again, her energy level is on 1000. That is the type of person who I want to be our next president. When she walks into the room, you feel her energy. You feel that great aura. She can talk to a young child or a senior citizen. She can sit at the boardroom or sit at the kitchen table, because I've seen it by doing my own research and following her. I support her. I want you to do your homework, your research. And on November the 5th, I need for you to go out and vote. However, you can vote early. So when those dates come out, you can go out and vote early, or you can vote by mail. Cast your vote and bring so many people with you. Use your cell phone and send out a text message reminding people to go out and vote. If you need to carpool, if you need to walk with a group to vote, let's all vote together. Let's go out and let the world know that we are here and we want freedom. We want the right to choose. We want the right to do what's right for our body. And we want this country to continue to shine for everyone. Again, thank you. That's right. Alice says, don't want to go back to slavery days. That's right. You're muted.
We're going to let my brother in with some words as well. Elise West out of, another powerful community leader out of East Orange, New Jersey. Once again, just sharing the energy that we don't want to do. So my brother Darren, can you give your final words for this amazing evening, and also that challenge that this is nothing extraordinary we did. I picked up the phone and called some leaders who I know do this work and I know get this work done, and allowed them to have a platform. All right, as I said, representing Parents Engaging Parents is not endorsing anyone or attempting to endorse anyone, but we are giving community opportunity to put their voice out there, and we welcome all to be able to come and get their voice and their opinion on the importance of where we are in this historic time. Darren?
Look, Black history is being attacked. Black books is being attacked. Our voting rights is being attacked. And certainly reproductive rights and women's right to choose is being attacked. Government should not be telling women what to do with their bodies. That alone tells you a lot. I heard the brother talk about Project 2025. It's real. As Sister Angela was talking, I was sitting here because I'm a labor leader. I was sitting here looking at some of the things because we educate now with 10,000 members in New Jersey about Project 2025. You can just Google it. I mean, they're so bold that they put this 900 and something page manifesto in writing to let you know that they're going to be attacking everything from labor unions, our books, our healthcare, Head Start. They're looking to take back the student loan forgiveness pieces that was put into place. I mean, there's so many things. I don't want to take a lot of time because it's been long enough, but I appreciate the time to get on. But please, ma'am, please, sir, Google Project 2025. It's real. And if we're not, as Kamala Harris said, we're not going back. We need to go forward. And I look forward to informing, engaging, and empowering as many people as possible. But it's up to us to make it happen. And I want to say hi to my girl Erica. I didn't get a chance to say hi, Erica. Always doing great work. And I love working with you in Outreach because you guys are real and you're about getting the work done. So I'm looking forward to seeing you guys out there. It's GOTV. Get out the vote. Get out the vote. Get out the vote. A little more than 100 days left. Let's go make history.
I'm going to let Erica get the last word.
Oh man, beloved community, thank you for coming out, listening to us today, hearing our voices, feeling the power, and just definitely get out there, vote. If you don't, we don't know where this world is going to go, and we want to keep the rights that we have for ours, the rights that we have for our communities. We want to move forward. We do not want to go back. So let's just get out there and vote, please.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. So once again, please exercise your power, exercise your voice, exercise your choice. Voices United is the platform that we stand on tonight and continues to let it be understood. The civic power is real and that we can work with the public and private sector to activate the power within us. And this is a demonstration tonight. So please, I challenge, continue to build your platforms, continue to put your podcasts on, but bring this energy to it. I'm not here to criticize what anybody is doing, but right now, we all need to do one of these. And this is just leaders leading. I don't feel nothing in the level higher than anybody. I just took resources that we all had and brung it together and pushed the power forward. So thank you so much for giving us your time, your energy, and the resources of your knowledge and information. And to some of the people that's backstage who we didn't get a chance to get on, there's nothing stopping us from a part 2 and to continue to push this on because, as the senator said, we got over 100 days, and that means easily we got over 3 more months that we can do this again. So let's organize, let's be involved, and thank you so much for sharing your time and your energy, and be blessed, everyone.